Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In a hypothetical war between China and Canada, who do you think would win? Ignoring everybody else, ignoring America, let's say those guys don't exist. Now, China, 1.5 billion people, Canada, 40 million people, out of which about 10 million people are foreigners. You know what it is? Yeah, a lot of right, and a lot of Chinese as well in Canada. So who do you think would win? Do you think the Canadians or do you think the Chinese? Or do you think it's not going to be, they will not win. Either side will just... Who would you put your bets on? Well, I think, I don't want to insult anybody, but if you feel insulted, I don't care. So what's going on here? China has nuclear weapons, Canada doesn't. So we know who the winner is. Now, Canada has a big mouth through Trudeau just because has the United States behind or in front. In behind if he gets it like this, in front if he does like that. Okay? So that's the only reason why Canada is very, very verbal. Canadian friends, let's put it in perspective. Nuclear weapons, no nuclear weapons. All right? 1.5 and 40. Plus on 40 minus 10. So about 30. And those 30 million Canadians are not the Canadians from the Second World War. They're not the same. Soft, like a limp cock. So anyway, we have two articles here. And unfortunately, the Canadians challenge the Chinese on their side of the world, in their neighborhood. Not the Chinese by the, area of Vancouver or something. No. These guys go over there and the Chinese respond. And the Canadians are upset. Now, I don't know if the Canadians are used as a beach trap, which is you just go over there and then I intervene after you get or not, but could be. So let me show you what happened. Chinese jet fired flares close to submarine hunting helicopter in South China Sea. Canadian Navy says. So let me show you where that South China Sea is, if you have any doubts that is not by Vancouver, okay? So this is South China Sea. Please look around here among these countries and tell me where you find Canada. You have Vietnam, right? You got the Philippines, Malaysia, you got China, okay, Taiwan, but I don't see Canada. But if you have problems finding it, I will help you find it. Right here. Kukubao, right here. Yes, this is the country of Canada. What the fuck am I talking about? This United States of America. Jesus Christ. Here it is. This is this is Canada right here. And South China Sea is right here. Right here. Canada is right here. This yellow thing or whatever this color is. Like China. Maybe they are related. So here is South China Sea. This is Canada. I was pointing at America. Okay, good job. Failure. So, what were these guys doing over there? Doing the bidding of these guys. Now, let's go back to the article. So, what happened? A Chinese warplane fired flares in front of a Canadian military helicopter over international waters. I guarantee you if the Chinese would bring their military shit next to the coast of Vancouver, these guys will not be happy. It's just international waters. That's fine. You think so? You know the answer. So, over international waters of the South China Sea last Sunday, an operation that Canadian military officers said was reckless and could have resulted in the downing of the aircraft. That will happen. That will happen in the future. I guarantee you that. The Chinese are not going to be joking. Why? For the reasons I mentioned. 30 million, because 10 million half of them are Chinese. So 30 million versus 1.5 million with nuclear weapons. You do the math. And I'm quoting, the risk to a helicopter in that instance is the flares moving into the rotor blades or the engine. So this was categorized as both unsafe and non-standard, unprofessional, said Major Rob Millen, Air Force aboard the Royal Canadian Navy frigate Ottawa, the warship from which the helicopter was flying. The incident was the second of two encounters at Ottawa's helicopters had with Chinese People's Liberation Army, so they pushed it 2 times, J-11 fighter jet over international waters on October 29, which saw the fighter jet as close as 100 feet, 30 meters, from the helicopters, Millen told CNN in an interview aboard the warship, and his pussy was crying. CNN: China blames Canada for quote-unquote malicious, provocative moves after close mid-air intercepts over South China Sea. I don't think the helicopter can intercept a jet. Let's start with that one. I think the helicopter versus okay. So China, take it easy, man. I mean, we know physics here, and we know helicopter was chasing the fighter jets. Can make shit up, hey, my friends. The same picture. These guys did not have another picture. Look at this. With CNN, what do you expect? China has accused Canada of carrying out malicious and provocative, which I could agree with, provocative actions in the South China Sea, just being there, international waters, but still. After the Canadian Navy said Chinese fighter jets, plural, endangered a helicopter in two close intercepts above international waters. You can say international waters how much you fucking want. I will tell you why. You have your house and your property, okay? And there's the street over there. And there's another house, and it's another house, and whatever. Now, if the neighbor from the other town comes in front of your house and start maneuvering and going with, I don't know, bazookas and going around on the sidewalk, it's not my sidewalk. You know, it's, I don't know, the cities, it's our side, community standards. Remember Facebook and these idiots, community stuff. So it's a community, and he walks around daily, patrols only in front of your house. With a bazooka all the time, or 3 bazookas, or I don't know, a grenade juggling grenades in front of your house. What would you say? Nothing? You say, well, he's entitled to. Yeah, okay. You could say that because he is. But who is escalating here? Who is provoking here? Who is malicious, provocative moves? China? Me? Or these guys? And you have not only one, you have like 30 people around here with the juggling. What are you going to do? But hey, I don't do that to you. I could, but I don't. Let's say I do it. What would you do? You immediately will call it the way it is, right? Malicious, provocative. What are you doing? You're not going to use the same, well, it's just a sidewalk. Everybody can go over there. Don't you think? I'm 100% certain, my friends. So again, as Canada can do that, I think it's a provocation. The same with Americans and NATO in Ukraine, which is United States, mainly Great Britain, secondly, and nobody else thirdly. All right, this is how it was with Ukraine. And Ukraine gets, unfortunately, Russians going to lose lives and so on, but Russians will win eventually because they're already winning. Why? Because the other guys are packing their bags and go to Israel to help the, remember Metallica's album, Master of Puppets? Yeah, to go and help the master of puppets. Thank you very much for a great album. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.